Afternoon. Bruce here. Sunday, October 1st, 2017. Oh, first sip of the day. Always good. We're here on the ultimate monster Mosin Nagant AA91 Mosin build. We're here in the Mosin build. Now it's been a long time since we've been updated on progress of the ultimate monster. My bad, I'm sorry. I'll try and keep it up. Been distracted. Right now I'm working on the 11-degree target crown. Going gently. Had little chatter marks. I'm just trying to go smooth and get those out. Twist the barrel every now and then if you're doing it by hand, because as you see I tend to go into the same spots. I start stop, same spots. Well, you do that, you're going to get funny marks, so keep moving the barrel around about 90 degrees each time. If you move it 180, you're just the same way you were, just opposite side. So keep shaking it up. But we got into this in another video. Now, since we last got together, there's been many changes. Our adult education around here, I've been taking a class in basic lathe, metal lathe. And I gotta tell you, I am excited! Oh, sorry. I'll try and be calm. I'm excited. I am so energized by that class. Now, the last time you saw this barrel, a friend of mine had done lathe work on it. Did a fantastic job. Bobby did it. Thank you, Bobby. You did everything I asked for. Well, you know me. I can't leave anything alone. So when I signed up for this lathe class, I thought, well, what am I going to work on? So I decided, alright, I'll continue the monster build. Now, Bobby did everything I asked him to on the build, and he did it perfect. But I decided to change the tapers. Now, this barrel is from a UK 59 machine gun barrel, Czechoslovakian. And it started out its life looking like this. Alright. Big fat ends here. Marks here for pieces. Tell you what, let me get them side by side so you can compare. This is too great a distance. Ow. We'll set this up here. Now stay. Oh yeah, when you use this, clean them off. Keep going. You don't want metal shavings down the barrel. We're here to improve the crown, not eat up. So that's a nice crown cutter. 11 degrees or 79 degrees. Available at Brownells. Along with this is a 311 pilot. You get the cutter, and then you get whatever pilots you want. So, and then of course a little handle screws on. And we even take it a step further. There's also the stock barrels for a 9130. These little pencil thin barrels, they're cool. Here's one of mine from a takeoff. No, it's not for sale. No, you can't buy it. I'm going to keep this one. And folks, I don't sell barrels. Got it? What I get, I use for my builds. I don't sell parts, I don't sell stuff. Alright, let's get this thing up here and let's take a look. A little closer look at the barrels, what we're talking about. How's that? What, down a little bit? Okay. Alright, now, here, wow, that really is blown out in the exposure. I gotta move again. The sunlight's hitting that, and the contrast ratio between the chrome and the blue, can't get the exposure right. Alright, I'm just gonna hold it here. Put it out wide. Put it out front so I can see. Check, can you see me? Good, good, good. Okay, here's what... Ow. Don't cuss. YouTube's demonetizing people for cussing. Taking our money. Okay, here is the stock barrel. Very thick, beautiful for that UK 59. Here is the after. Notice that's very thin now compared to very thick. Notice also this was this thick down to here. Well, I milled it on the lathe, same diameter all the way down to here. Why? So I can put a sleeve. Okay? All the way down, same size. Then, excuse me, then we had different tapers, okay? This was a size, this was a size. I decided from the end of the taper, this size was going to match up down to here. So I lathed from here up to here. So it's that one diameter to here, and then it continues on its taper. And this is tapered down to the end. And being a machine gun, it didn't have to have a target crown. So they machined a 45-degree taper. Extremely strong. Very good at preventing damage to the crown. Well, on ours, this is a long-range shooter. So we wanted an 11-degree target crown. Now Bobby did it on the lathe. Very good job. But to match all this polishing, I wanted to get rid of all the lathe marks. So I'm working on it right now. Oh, dirty. Working on it now to get all the oil off, to get rid of the final marks and give that fine finished 11-degree. Now I'll hit this up again with the polishing wheel. We'll have a slight indent because my tool's 3/4 of an inch, and this is approximately 1 inch diameter. This is about 1.25 inches diameter. Now, because the receiver, got it, it's going on here, we're going to have this difference in diameter between there and there. That difference, well, I wanted to fill that up. While it was okay, because it's my build, I wanted to make a sleeve that would fill that up, so we didn't have that mark in there, that difference in diameter. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? And I decided I am not going to buy a piece of material, stock, whatever. I'm not going to buy it. It's going to have to be from something, anything I have laying around in the house. Alright. So, I found an old brass coupler laying in the back room. Now this had threads on the other side. So on the lathe, once again, I cut down this diameter, cut it off, and then customized the inside diameter by hand for the last little bit, by hand, and it took forever until I got my sleeve. Now if you notice, fatter on this end, diameter, wall diameter, fatter than this end. Why? Because in my milling procedure, when I did the lathe, the way it came out, this diameter is slightly smaller than the diameter of this receiver. So I did a taper, a slight taper that's hardly visible to more or less match up this bushing. Now see this stake mark? I don't know if you can. There's a stake mark here where I lined everything up. This goes with that mark, this goes with that mark. There we go. Align the stake mark. Boom. And that's tight, but there's just the tiniest give there. So when I torque this down, about 100 foot-pounds, give or take, the alignment is already there. So when I align this thing up and give that last 100 pounds, there's enough gimme there. So here is how this puppy is going to look. I like it. That brass looks good. And that's from the lathe making class. Now also you can see this barrel is getting its shine on. I'm in the middle of the shining process. I'm doing the last of the takedown compounds and ready for the polishing. I'll show you a little bit of the polishing. It's kind of tedious and mundane, but I'll show it. Then we've got the bedding in process. It's already been drilled, tapped for the rock solid scope mount, which is 2 in front, 1 on the side, and that is genuinely a rock solid mount. Where's the bolt? We're still working and polishing on the bent bolt. Which will be here. So it's getting its final polishing, what have you. And there we go. We're shaped up. We're pretty good to go. We'll get in touch with you when more is done. Till then, drink more shine and eat more bacon.